Well, it seems that AJ wants to put his mouth into Mike Tyson's business again when it's not necessary. Now let me stop. Nah, man, AJ sends a warning to Mike Tyson, man. He's telling him, look, you know, y'all can do y'all thing, but stay away from these young boys. Matter of fact, let's get into exactly what he said. Tyson hit pass with ferocity. Behavior is second nature to him. But to someone watching from home, it's like he's going to rule the heavyweight division. It's a passion they both love. It's what they know. Tyson has been fighting since he was 13. Jones' dad pushed him to be great. He added, it's all they know. They haven't gotten to compete with the young lions of the division. We're bigger, stronger, science has improved, so we have more technology. If Tyson wants to come back and fight someone from his era, for the love of the sport, crack on. I hope it's add values to the sport we love. Hey, that sounds good to me, right? He says Jones Jr. reckons he and Tyson would have beat Joshua, WBC champion, Tyson Fury as well. Now, me personally, he's talking about in their prime. He says, in our primes, we probably would have beaten them. You can never say, but I think we probably would have beaten them, he told Sky Sports. Our skill level was deeper at the time than it is now. Our prime, we would have come out on top against most of these guys. This is what Roy Jones is saying. Meanwhile, Joshua was slated to defend his world title against mandatory challenger Kubrat Pulev in December. Now, that's the end of the article. Let's talk about it. Who's right? Could Tyson and Roy Jones do damage in the heavyweight division today? Now, me personally, I think Roy Jones really shouldn't be in the conversation because Roy Jones is not a true heavyweight. Now, could Roy Jones outrun and outbox some of these heavyweights today? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could beat some of them. But I would not want to see Roy Jones in the ring with Tyson Fury. You get in and get out. That get out might be a little harder than you think when you're dealing with somebody 6'9", somebody 6'6", somebody 6'7", because throw Deontay Wilder in that mix too, because they're talking about him. They're talking about AJ. They're talking about Fury. They're talking about the Dillian Whites, the King Kong Ortizes, and whoever else you can think of that might be a top-notch heavyweight today. That's what they're talking about. Could Mike Tyson beat these guys? Who knows? That's a much longer reach you got to get around. See, it's hard to compare eras. And I don't care what sport you're talking about. Football, basketball, baseball, etc. because you have size differentials and you have rule changes. You have equipment changes. All of that stuff plays its part. So in my opinion, could Mike Tyson knock out a few of these guys? Yeah, but which one, who knows? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like Joshua as a matchup for Mike Tyson. I don't like it because Joshua do some funny stuff once he get touched. But I'm not going to disrespect the man completely and say I think Mike Tyson can beat him because Joshua bring a similar skill set, not all of it, but similar skill set to Lennox Lewis. If he stick to his jab and his straight, he might be able to punish Mike Tyson. And see what a lot of people don't get. And Larry Holmes showed me this. You don't necessarily have to throw your jab at Mike Tyson. You can push him out with your jab. In other words, use it kind of to guide him. And once you get him in a position where you want, because he's going to try to bob and weave through it. When you get him, like when he bobbed to one side, you keep him there and you hit him with that right. Now, Larry Holmes wasn't in the shape that he should have been in to pull off his thoughts on how he could beat Mike Tyson, the mind was there, the body wasn't. But he did show certain things that you could do to affect him. Now, it's other ways to beat the man, but I'm talking about what would be best for Joshua. Now, I'm going to tell you a fight that I would have loved to have seen. Andy Ruiz versus Mike Tyson. I would have liked to seen that. To me, that would have been a good fight because two guys similar in stature, two different type of body styles though, but both are very aggressive, inside fighters. I would have loved to see that, but at the end of the day, you just can't compare eras. It's like comparing the fighters of the 70s against the fighters of the 90s. That's hard to do now. 70s versus 80s, that's a little easier because some of these fighters actually intertwine their careers with each other. And I'm not talking to the point where some of them were washed up. I'm talking when you have me leaving my prime, or I'm still in it though, but me leaving my prime and you entering yours. You can have good fights that way. But when it's I'm in my prime and you old and washed up, you shouldn't be in the ring with the guys. And that's really what Joshua was saying. Stay in your lane. Stay in the old folks league. Stay in the old folks lane. Let us young boys do what we got to do. But that's pretty much all I got. I'm not gonna really give my opinion on who I think will win these fights, but that's what I want you guys to do. You tell me, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know, do you think Mike Tyson or Roy Jones could deal with these heavyweights today? And that's pretty much all I got. This is Head Busting Box's own Fight Doctor. Oh, I almost forgot. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. This is Head Busting Box's own Fight Doctor. I am out.